Well, that went well. So my internet's still a little shady, breaking the fourth wall here, but hopefully we can power through this. Uh, Talking about powering through, I'm sure you guys are very, very happy with what's going on in the sports world.
Super ecstatic. The Dodgers came back from a 3-1 deficit to defeat the Atlanta Braves, who are super tough, and they had our number like the entire series. It felt like, and yeah, we're going to the World Series once again. Super happy.
Steven?
Cool.
Yeah, he's what he said.
If you're Lex right now, okay, Lex is one of my good friends. So, but I'm gonna go back to this. Me and him used to bowl, and he would be up like 50, 60, 70 points on me. There's no way I'm going to come back in this bowling match or whatever, bowling game. I don't know what the etiquette of bowling is.
Yeah.
Lex would just get like a spare, and he would turn around and just like Tiger Woods fist pump as he's walking back. And ever since then, I've always been like, I don't necessarily always like to see Lex happier than me.
Yeah.
And so right now, his Lakers just won. Dodgers look like they're doing pretty well. We'll see how the World Series goes, but it's the Rays. And that's okay. It's a new era hat too. It's not even like he just got that at the gas station.
I was gonna say, for those of you listening to the audio version,
Yeah.
Lex just showed his 2020 Laker championship hat, which he actually, like Brian said, actually bought a new era hat. So it's not your gas station hat, your Rite Aid hat, your swap meet hat.
It's a $35.99 one that like kind of
the
puts a dent in
official
your
hat.
bank account, and it's like, oof, was it worth it? But
It's the official hat that comes out on the commercial after the game ends, and it says, "Your Los Angeles Lakers are just become champions."
That infomercial.
Yeah.
Did you buy that online?
I was going to, and then I actually went to go to Dick's Sporting Goods to buy a helmet so that I could drop in at Stevens Park, and because I've never dropped in my life on a skateboard, and that's kind of been like my next goal, like as an old person to be able to do that. So I walked into Dick's, and they had like the full table set up, and I was like, oh shit, that was the hat that I was literally going to order online today. So I just went ahead and got it there.
Dope. Okay. I was gonna say, because like if you got online, that's pretty fast. Because
exactly.
I don't know if this is a COVID thing or if this is just the Rams came out with new uniforms, but the Rams dropped new uniforms back in like May, and one of my favorite Rams players is the punter. I don't know if it's just because it's like he's been technically one of the best punters in the league, and he's been there since they were in St. Louis. So I feel like he's been through it all. When it's been bad, when it's been good. So I wanted to get a Johnny Hecker Rams jersey, and it still hasn't been shipped.
No.
And I ordered that in May. So, and I got an email a couple weeks ago because it was supposed to come in September, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna push this back to November."
Whoa.
So that's
what
the
did
NFL
you order
shop
it on?
for you.
Oh, NFL shop. Okay.
NFL
so
shop.
you actually spent good money.
Yeah,
on this jersey. It's
a
real jersey.
And because they're a little fourth of all, I once had a bootleg bought from China Johnny Hecker jersey that I wore to the game when all three of us went to the Chiefs Rams Monday night game on the fly, which is one of the coolest nights I think I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
We went there with Lex's brother Eric, who he's a guy.
He's a guy.
But yeah, all right. So. The only thing going for me in sports right now is if you guys don't remember, I don't know how many people follow the podcast episode to episode, but way back in June, I believe it was, maybe May, actually it was probably May, I claimed that the KT Wiz, my Korean baseball team, I claimed them. I haven't watched the game in a long time. Ever since I started going back to work, I haven't watched the game, but apparently they're in second place now. And that means they're the second to last team through the gauntlet, which means they get like 3 weeks or so off of baseball before they have to face whoever wins whatever's going on. So I got that going for me. That's what's keeping me. That's what's keeping me from jumping off the third floor here. Oh,
I would
man.
think it's like the 40 different series episodes you're watching of like, the 40 different shows you got there.
Oh,
If you
they're
don't
pretty
know,
good.
Brian is a well, I wouldn't say sitcom, but Brian is a show enthusiast, and if you name a streaming service, Brian has probably watched everything on that streaming service already.
Yep.
Not
And you know what's
everything.
crazy? I actually told Brian, I was like, "Yo, man, like, I was like, yo, you addicted, fam?"
It's a talent.
Yeah. And what did you say, Brian? Like, you actually don't watch
I don't
shows as
watch
often?
as often as I used to, probably. Like if you think about it, I more so make time if I want to for like wrestling or football or something like that, sports in general.
Seems
And
like he makes more time for the shows than playing video games with us. So
yeah, well, sometimes the shows are better. So, yeah, and I've actually considered like on the down low, like when new shows come out that are at least very popular, not like shows that I think are good, but shows that are very popular, doing reviews and then posting it on Ash or something like that. I just don't
Nice.
know like if I want to do it with anybody. I don't like to hear myself talk. So, speaking
Well, I
of,
can assure you, people love to hear you talk. You're one of the goats.
I appreciate that. But speaking of,
Steven?
maybe hearing yourself talk or whatever, I was gonna ask you guys.